I beat Infernum Moon Lord as a summoner, and I must say, it was much easier than I thought. Now I'm facing the final set of bosses in the game, notorious for their insane difficulty. Have I finally met my match, or are they no match for me? Let's find out. My name's Mykra, and you're watching the new Infernum Summoner Experience. First off, let's go right back to when I beat the Moon Lord.
No! Portal gun! Yay!
I got a ton of Luminite and a Lunar Portal Staff. I made myself Stardust Armor and the Elemental Axe.
How's this look? Sexy.
Then I crafted my new Tracer Boots and farmed Hell enemies to create the Profaned Shard. And to make things easier for the future, I built a Hellevator right next to the Profaned Garden, the location of the next couple boss fights. And while I flew over for my first attempt, something strange happened.
What in... Why am I here? Dialogue.
Someone was communicating with me to warn me about something, and then the cultist interrupted our conversation.
Cultist? I don't think you're supposed to be here, dog.
After reminding the cultist who's boss, and the Guardians reminding me who's not, I remembered that I haven't fought Dragonfall yet.
I had a feeling that was going to be easy.
After using this item to increase rage, I used the feathers to make an insanely quick whip.
Oh, that is so crazy.
Addressing that this is a two-parter, if you're ever getting impatient waiting for me to upload, since I am a double major college student, feel free to join my Discord server where you can watch and chat with me as I record all of this beautiful gameplay. While you're at it, why not subscribe? Can't hurt, right? Thanks. Not only were the Guardians kind of destroying me, but I also donked up this recording's bitrate. Again, please don't click off, it gets better later. For the first time in a while, I was up against a boss that was decently hard. I ended up using an online guide to get myself a supposedly better weapon. While the fuel cell bundle is behind in progression, I can use these holy fire bullets to bring it up to speed. And I started to see some immediate results.
Okay, I'm starting to understand this fight. I didn't mean to make that input. Okay, but we're making new progress. What? Damn. Please. I have no idea how well I'm doing. Oh, I did it! All right, wow, that was extremely hard.
The Profaned Guardians were certainly nothing to scoff at, but the real challenge still laid in front of me, the Profaned Goddess.
Bro, not a single summon weapon.
And of course, I'd have to go into it with the exact same gear I currently have.
I have no idea if it's daytime or night, but we're gonna fight her. Please don't be blue. Okay, good. She's yellow. Alright. Ooh. I have no idea what's going on. Alright. Oh, interesting. What are you talking about?
Undeniably a hard fight, but I had a pretty good first run. You've probably noticed by now how slowly my game is running, and I decided to turn off some visual mods to help bring it up to speed.
Oh my god, my frames are so back.
Let this be a lesson, dear viewers. Don't fall victim to the shader curse.
I was not expecting that to be just 100% the answer.
Increasing the game's speed didn't make it any harder. In fact, it felt more right. Even in a more comfortable state, Infernum Providence is easily the hardest Terraria boss I've ever fought, and I say that as a victor of Eternity mode. The first few attempts were a mixture of fun and frustration, but then that number became 6, 8, 10.
No.
For the first time in this playthrough, I was actually getting stressed. But then was attempt 11.
Oh my god. Dude. Oh my lord, I'm shaking. I'm shaking so much. Woo! Infernum is hard.
If you guys like my Providence remix, I'll drop the full thing on my music channel if this video can hit 900 likes, so slam that button. After this fight, like any other, I browsed to see what I could make from the goddess's drops.
That's gotta be good. Ooh, new whip. Eulabloom. Paragon legs. 103 defense. Damn! Finally, I'm eating. Ooh, that's nice.
Now that I'm all dripped out, I decided to put a few attempts into the Stormweaver. And by a few, I mean one because it was easy.
There we go. All right, never mind. Infernum's best being easy, but the difficulty is not consistent.
After that fight, I took out a Martian Saucer to make the Stellar Taurus Staff, my headline pick against the upcoming Devourer of Gods. But first, let's talk about Ceaseless Void. This boss was really freaking fun. Every single attack was creative, and the fight itself was completely separate from every other. As I write this line, I haven't yet beaten the Devourer of Gods, but Ceaseless was easily my favorite boss in the mod so far.
Alright. There's phase 2. Let's go for another Okay, that wasn't as easy as Stormweaver, but still, first try? This is a joke, man.
The main problem I have with this mod is its inconsistency. There are a handful of easy bosses in the mod labeled as a difficulty add-on, so after every boss that's actually challenging, you get a bunch of easy ones, become complacent, and then you're nowhere near prepared enough when you have to face the... Huh? What? I skipped 2 bosses? Oh yeah, my bad. I just really wanted to make that transition. Next on the list is actually Poltergeist, and according to somewhat credible sources, it might even be the hardest boss in the mod. Harder than Providence? I'm in for a real treat. Here we go, attempt number 1.
There you are. What?
Yeah, I first tried it.
That did not just happen. Oh, wait till Get Good hears this. First try on Poltergeist. You would never believe it.
I loved this fight, and it was super hard, but I either got really lucky there or just totally locked in. The old Duke now is an optional boss, so after one decent attempt at it, I decided I was too lazy to keep gathering bloodworms.
I was doing really well.
And wanted to start grinding the Devourer of Gods.
Screw it, let's do this. Okay, so body damage. That was really dumb. Shit. Nah, okay. I couldn't see. That was really good, though. That's funny. I could probably afford a reforge, actually. Or let's just go 50-50. I have 27 platinum, we're good. Wording on this. It's just you have to be perfect. Nah, 7%. No, it was late.
The Devourer is a hard boss, probably the hardest in the mod so far. But man, I'm having fun, and I'm more than ready to keep coming back for more. First though, there's some room for some upgrades.
Halves enemy contact damage, 0 downsides.
Hey guys, I'm eating some really hot chicken, but I felt like script reading tonight, so let's do this. So I decided that I was behind on the old Duke, so I decided to test out the Flesh Totem accessory on him. The verdict, it works. Time to keep grinding a Devourer.
So that proves how well that accessory works.
So hot. I'm really sorry for OBS resetting my bitrate settings during this recording. I know it looks awful, but it won't happen again. On my very first attempt using the Flesh Totem, I was able to get to the Devourer's last attack.
No, why is it always late on the last one?
And then that happened a second time.
Oh man. No, it's late! I know y'all are seeing this. Or maybe Maybe I'm locking in so hard that my brain speeds up and I don't notice. And then that's what makes my timing off.
On the third time getting to the final phase, I knew it was no longer a fluke. I was only a few tries away from beating the Devourer of Gods. And then finally, on the 45th attempt, it happened.
Oh, no way? Oh, I did it. Yes. Oh, yes. Okay. I don't know how many tries that took, but I'm pretty sure it was more than 30. Ooh, I'm a little shaky, but that was fine because it was fun. Like this is my third day of recording, like back to back, but I enjoyed every single second of it, unlike a certain god of the sun. So the most important thing about this treasure bag is this stuff right here, Cosmelite.
With the Space Worm down, the next thing to focus on is the Phoenix Dragon Yeron.
Yeah, that one also has Descendant Spirit Essence included in it. Yeah, more Spirit Essence. Can I at least upgrade the boots? No, more Spirit Essence. Okay, there is one thing though. Never fucking mind! So now I have 153 defense, and then 203 defense.
And last time I tried to use Roar the Jungle Dragon in a video, I got a strike and was forced to do this. With this, I'm more than decked out enough to take on Yeron. So we're going with this song instead.
You have 5,000 chicken nuggets. I'm sure that would have been a bit harder if it wasn't so laggy. Infernum is not properly balanced. Not even the Kindle staff. Oh, that's too sick. That's too sick to not have. Like, come on.
Now that I had the best weapons available, the last thing I need to fight the final bosses is Auric Tesla armor. I went mining for a while because you need a lot of this stuff, and realized why it was still worth it despite the defense drop-off.
234. Let's see the set bonus. +1.
6 extra minion slots. With Summoner already being a damage-oriented class, I knew I was going to be able to shred through the Exomex.
All right, I'm hearing you out.
And lastly, all I had to do now is decrypt all the schematics I've been collecting over the run so that I could call out to Draydon.
Okay, Planetoid. That's gotta be it, right? There we go. Okay.
While my schematics are decrypting, I do some last-minute farming to craft the optimal accessories. And finally, I craft the last piece of the alien computer, the quantum cooling cell.
Whoa, okay.
Going into this fight with no knowledge of it left me no less than overwhelmed. The attacks are very well telegraphed, but that doesn't make them any easier to dodge.
I have no clue what is going on.
And if you thought this was crazy, they've got a phase where you fight 2 bosses at once. And that's like a third of the way through it all. After somehow stumbling through all that, fighting Ares on its own was way too much to keep track of. Turns out that when the mechs are by themselves, they have a wider arsenal. With that in mind, my new strategy was to fight the 2 hardest bosses at the same time so they'd both be nerfed.
Not overwhelming in the slightest. Perfectly fine. No. Oh my god, did I do it? Oh, that last attack is tough. I fucking nailed it. Let's go. Woo!
Coming out of this fight, I only had one thing in mind, taking down the witch. With Draydon's Heart, an accessory that boosts my healing beyond all description, and a new summon staff, I stepped right up to the altar to settle the score with Calamitous.
Can't dodge projectiles like that. I don't know what that is. Okay, brothers. Ah. Fast enough. Let me out. Oh. Oh. Woo.
I was really worried that regarding this mod's inconsistency issues, the final fight would be underwhelming, but I was pleasantly surprised with a really good, challenging, and satisfying battle. Unfortunately, though, there are still 3 bosses left, and I can't really say the same about them.
Well, Infernum's not done. Still have a couple of gods to take care of, but regular Infernum is done. That was something else.
At the time that I recorded the ending of this playthrough, Calamity Wrath of the Gods was not a mod that I would recommend to people looking for a challenge. However, I have been told that the Nameless Deity fight is getting a rework, so it's probably still worth looking into.
Sludge.
On the contrary, Guzma was amazing.
Oh, okay.
This fight just feels awesome to play, and in the end, that's always what I'm looking for. The visuals are obviously great, but I feel like a lot of boss mods have been focusing solely on that, rather than the actual design process. Guzma ticks all the boxes here. Every attack is unlike anything I've ever seen, it looks cool, it's easy to learn but still challenging enough, and I feel like a badass.
I figured there was going to be another phase. Oh, is that it? There'll be a third phase. Ooh, first try Guzma. Bruh, super boss my ass. Woo! Really cool. Oh, Popeye's biscuit with no drink. So good.
Guzma's drops included a material needed to make the Shadow Spec armor, a really sick accessory that adds a new stress bar, and most of an armor set that I wanted. I had to fight it a second time to complete it. Also, PSA for mod devs, don't make anyone have to fight a boss twice with the same gear that they have. It's just as hard the second time and way less fun. Oh, and I also got a cool whip that hurls planets, along with a Guzma-themed whip that is really fast sometimes.
The Gob Flogger.
And now I'm pretty much kitted out to take on the 2 bosses that are actual gods, Noxus and the Nameless Deity of Light. I'm interested to see if they live up to the hype.
Hello?
I wish I had enough appreciation for this boss fight to make a full-fledged edit out of it, but I just can't. Plus, the video's almost over, and I want to finish it. After the first set of attacks, I was really surprised and hyped up, but then it just kept going. There was a really cool phase transition after about 3 minutes, but from that point forward, I was fighting for 20. There is no good way to make a 20-minute boss fight that engaging, and Noxus missed the mark all the same. The attacks were certainly creative and eye-catching, but got super stale after repeating them in that same order for this long. Thanks Xerok that I managed to finally finish it on the first try, because I did not want to do this again.
Good. What now, dude? What?
At least the mod did have one last chance to redeem itself.
Oh, hello.
Oh yeah, the Terminus. I forgot to mention that I got that. I didn't show the fight because, I mean, this. And once I had it, I made the Demon Shade armor set to finally become an endgame Calamity summoner. Now all I've got to do is kill God. And man, what a fight this was.
Yeah. Ooh, I thought that sword attack was gonna get me. Woo! Yeah!
In retrospect, I criticized Infernum a little too harshly in this video. Yes, they need to do some rebalancing on the bosses, but other than that, everything is executed perfectly, including these add-ons. Almost every post-Moon Lord boss was really fun, and man, they looked spectacular. I especially love how the later bosses were tweaked thematically to fit in with their lore. Overall, Infernum is fun, kinda challenging, and most importantly, engaging. I'd recommend it to anyone who's already played Calamity and wants more out of it. And finally, before I go, I just released a new song called Futile. It's like an over-the-top breakcore track I made about my mental health. So if you like the sound of that, go ahead to my music channel. You can get there from my main page. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, drink some water, and have a good rest of your day.